Hello everyone, Mr. Nemec is here on this rainy and cloudy Saturday, and I'm trying to brighten it both for you and for myself by showing you a very nice and very enterprising study I have stumbled upon while writing for my blog. The study was composed by two authors. One is Yochanan Afek, he's the famous Israeli grandmaster and pretty much one of the leading names in the world of chess composition. And other is Amatzia Avni. He's a chess psychologist and a chess author, a proliferate chess author. He's written many chess books with very interesting titles, such as The Amazing Chess Adventures of Baron Munchausen, which sounds really unorthodox to say at least. But yeah, so I haven't read his book. I haven't actually, to be honest, heard about him before, but I hope to do so in the future, probably. But okay, let's look at the matter at hand. So the position of the study is in front of you. It is white to play and draw in this position. So why draw? Well, obviously black has one important trump in this position, and that is this g pawn that is only one square from queening, and you can see here that this knight on b4 blocks white rook from going all the way back. So it's kind of tricky position for white, and it's not clear how he should draw or what he should do. But okay, as we have learned, chess is full of surprises. So the first thing white does, he plays rook b7 check. Now black has two possible moves, so let's check what happens if black simply removes the king g8. Then after knight f6 check, king to f8, knight h7 check. If black goes back to g8, knight f6 check repeats the position, so black goes to e8, knight f6 check once again. Once again, if black goes back to f8, then knight h7 repeats, so king d8. But now rook d7 check, king to c8, and rook d1, and you see white has caught the pawn on g2, and actually the position is objectively drawn, but now black has to display some precision here because his pieces are scattered and his pawns are weak. So yeah. Okay, so it's obviously not good for black to go for this line, but the other possibility, the only possibility in position, is playing knight f7 check. And the idea here is if white takes rook f7 checks, and then simply king g8, the rook is attacked by the king. The rook can go back all the way to f1 because the pawn is covering that square, and black will win, either win the rook or, I mean, actually there's no way of preventing this pawn from queening. So yeah, white shouldn't take. And here it's seemingly white can't do anything, but there is a very nice paradoxical move, and that is king to f6. It seems simply to allow black the queening, but if black plays rook g1 queen, then knight g5 check simply wins for him. If black goes somewhere like, I don't know, king to h8, then rook b8 check, knight d8, rook takes d8 is checkmate. If black goes to h6 with the king, then after knight takes f7 check, king somewhere, knight g5, he once again he's getting mated either on h6 or on h8 or g8. So yeah, he can't do that. The only remaining move is queen takes, but after h takes g5, the knight is falling, and yeah, it is the weak position of the black king allows white to win this position. Okay, so after king takes f6, the only remaining move for black here is black has also one option, and that is king to h6 here. And once again it seems white has overplayed himself, but here after king takes f7, g1 queen, king to g8, now suddenly there is the threat of rook h7 mate, and black has to deal with that. And amazingly, the queen doesn't have a single check. She can't deal with the white king, or she can't reach the h7 square. So the only move defending against the threat is g5. But now a very similar idea as in the main line of the study appears. That is rook to g7, with the idea obviously h takes g5. Black doesn't have anything better but to play g4, but now knight g5, and suddenly knight f7 mate is threatened, and black doesn't have anything better but to play queen f1, but after knight f7, queen takes, king takes, once again the weak position of black king is the deciding factor, and actually white is, I think technically winning in this position. Okay, so let's go all the way back to here. After king takes king f6. So the only remaining move in this position is knight d5 check, but here white employs a very similar idea, and that is king to f7, g1 queen, knight to g5, king to h6. Now obviously king h8 is met with by rook to b8 mate, so king h6 only move, and now a similar move as in the previous variation, king to g8. And once again the rook h7 is an annoying threat, and after say also knight f7 is threatened, so after say knight f6, king somewhere, it is not clear how white I mean it would lead to similar positions as in the game. So sorry, yeah, black should play this. Okay, yeah, that is the main one actually. Knight f6, king h8. It's once again knight f7 is a threat, and the only way of preventing this, and it seems like a sufficient way, is queen to g5, giving up the queen. But obviously if white plays h takes g5, king takes g5, 3 pass pawn together with the knight should overcome the rook. This is technically winning, especially with the white king stuck back here. Yeah, it's doesn't give white much hope. So the real question is, what can white do here? I mean, the material is overwhelmingly in his opponent's favor, and it's not, there seems white can do nothing but to resign. But here is the critical moment and the point of this study actually, and one of the most amazing rook moves, or any moves I have seen in my life. Here white plays the stunning rook g7, like just like that. And the point of the idea is that white wants to go rook takes g6 with stalemate ideas. So for instance, if black takes on h4, rook takes, king takes, stalemate, and white draws. If black plays something like queen f5, once again rook takes, and after either rook or king takes, either queen or king takes the rook, then once again stalemate, or king takes or queen takes, stalemate. So yeah, the only other try is trying to induce white to take the queen. So let's say if something like e5, then now white can, that's the main line. But now white can't take here, because after king takes, pawn takes, the pawn is able to move. So yeah, black just moves the pawn and wins now suddenly. Okay, so after e5, now white should take here. He can play rook g6 as we have just seen, so he should take on g5. But after king takes, g5, rook g6 once again, now at this precise moment. And once again, if white takes, then there is a stalemate. So black can only move the king somewhere. It's king f5 defending the knight. It's the only move. And here we see that this one missing pawn, it makes a huge difference, because now after rook h6 and say e4, the only try of playing for a win, simply king g7, and yeah, h pawn will fall or something bad is going to happen. Yeah, so black can't prevent white from collecting one pawn and giving up the rook for another pawn. For instance, after knight a8, king to f7, he would even lose. Maybe he's even in danger of losing, because black knight can go somewhere. So yeah, so most probably he would have to go something like knight g4, but after rook takes, this is a drawn endgame. I don't think we need to analyze that. White will go somewhere and give up his rook for that one. So yeah, I mean, that's it. Kind of long solution, but I mean, this rook g7, wow, just how do you come up with moves such as this? I mean, from the initial position it would appear, I mean, how do you compose such things, it's beyond my understanding. But yeah, thankfully for these guys we may enjoy its beauties such as this. And yeah, that's all for this video. Make sure to check the complete list of weekly chess studies available on my blog. And yeah, see you soon some other time. Thanks for watching, guys. Goodbye.